This is how to properly trim your hair for healthy hair growth and the mistakes to avoid so that you don't end up with unnecessary split ends and mid-strand breakage. I'm going to share my top 5 detailed pointers for a professional trimming process that you can do yourself. If you follow this, you'll become confident about trimming your own hair and be able to retain length like never before because you are keeping breakage at bay. I'm Elizabeth, an engineer, master hairstylist, and founder of Shedavi, a hair brand that has helped thousands of women grow and keep healthy hair. So be sure to stick around until the end for the 2 secret bonus tips to keep your ends in tip-top shape following any trim. Okay, you guys know I'm a girly who's completely all about self-care, and that includes self-trims. I've been doing self-trim since before I earned my cosmetology license, so this is definitely something you can do yourself at home and get the best results. So the first pointer is to understand why trimming is essential. First, it prevents split ends. Think of split ends like tiny little troublemakers that can start from a small crack in your hair and then travel all the way up, weakening your strands along the way. Regular trims nip this into bud, stopping the damage before it spreads. This means your hair stays strong and less prone to breakage, keeping it looking healthy and full. Secondly, it retains length. It might sound counterintuitive, but trimming your hair can actually grow it longer. When you trim off those damaged, brittle ends, you're preventing them from breaking even further up the hair shaft. This means your hair can keep its length and grow out looking fuller and healthier. It's like giving your hair a little tune-up, ensuring it stays in tip-top shape as it grows. It improves manageability. Ever notice how your hair seems to tangle less and just behave better after a trim? Freshly trimmed hair is typically smoother and more even, which makes it a lot easier to detangle, style, and maintain. This can save you time in your daily routine and leave you with hair that's easier to work with, whether you're going for a sleek look or some playful curls. It also enhances curl definition. For those with curls, trimming is especially important. Removing damaged ends helps your curls look more defined and bouncy. It reduces frizz, especially at the ends. Without split ends weighing your hair down, your curls will hold this shape better and it lasts longer. It gives you that gorgeous, effortless look. It also promotes overall hair health. In the long run, keeping those damaged ends at bay, it means your hair will be stronger and healthier overall. Less damage means less breakage and more resilient strands, so your hair can truly thrive. Regular trims set the stage for a robust growth journey, helping you maintain chic, luscious hair over time. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and subscribe now. There's a lot more hair tips to be shared. So let me explain different trim techniques you can use. First, dusting. This is a super light trim of about 1/4 inch that just nicks off the very ends of your hair. It's perfect for maintaining healthy hair without sacrificing much length at all. Think of it as a little refresher for your hair. Then there's search and destroy method. Here you'd use shears to target only those pesky little split ends over the length of the section. So you take a 1-inch section, twist it, and trim ends that stick out. Or grab a 1/4 inch section across and use your index and middle finger and just snip the ends that are sticking out. This method removes individual damaged strands without sacrificing length. Think of it as a precise, strategic cleanup for your hair. A blood trim is for those who love a sleek, even finish, and it's where all your hair gets cut straight across in one length. It's especially ideal for anyone who likes their ends to look super full. A curly trim. This trim is tailored for curly hair. You will cut your curls while they're dry in their natural state so that your curls maintain their shape, bounce, and volume. It really helps in keeping your natural texture on point. The only thing to remember is that using this method will give you uneven straightened hair. So I will only use this method if you wear your curls all the time. Next is the layered trim. If your hair isn't all one length, but you want to keep it looking full, layer trim is the best. This trim ensures that each layer is balanced and maintains its overall shape of your style. It's essential to keep your layered haircut looking fresh and harmonious. Although it may sound scary or challenging, I promise this is something you can do at home. Now here's how you know you need a trim. Excessive tangling and knots. If you find yourself battling a constant knotty mess, no matter how much you detangle or moisturize, those scraggly ends might be the culprit. This is a sign that your ends are getting rough and split. Damaged ends tend to catch on to each other, making styling and wash day a super struggle. A trim can smooth things out and make detangling a breeze. Split ends visibly at the tips. When you catch a glimpse of split ends, that's a major sign it's time for a trim. It's your hair's way of asking for a little TLC. Split ends won't magically repair themselves. If left untreated, they'll keep traveling up the strand, leading to more damage and breakage. Removing them helps prevent further breakage, and it keeps your hair looking healthy. Styles don't last like they used to. Notice your style falling flat or not holding a shape? Ever notice your twist out silk presses or roller sets not turning out as good as they used to? Damaged ends can weigh down your look and don't hold styles well, making them frizz out faster and lose definition. A fresh trim often allows your hair to hold its shape and curls much better, making it last longer and look more polished. Hair feels thin and weak at the ends. If the tips of your hair feel fragile or look particularly thin, it's a sign of breakage and that they've seen better days. Regular trims help maintain fullness and prevent that dreaded stringy look. Trimming off those damaged parts can help strengthen your strands and boost overall hair health. You're seeing more breakage than usual. While some shedding is normal, if you're noticing more hair breaking off than usual, especially when combing or brushing, it could be damage and your hair needs a trim. How often should you trim? For general maintenance, a trim every 3 to 4 months is a great rule of thumb. This keeps split ends at bay and helps keep your ends fresh and your hair growing strong. For color treated hair or chemically processed hair, dust your ends every 4 to 8 weeks, since color bleach and relaxers weaken hair over time, making it more prone to breakage. If you use heat often, like flat irons, blow dryers, curling wands, every 8 to 10 weeks, heat-styled hair can dry out and develop split ends faster. If your hair is prone to breakage or damage, trim every 8 to 10 weeks to prevent thinning and excessive split ends. If you're growing your hair out, trimming may seem counterproductive, but small regular trims help prevent damage. Think of it as pruning a plant. Removing dead ends allow the healthier parts to flourish. Do a search and destroy as needed. Do dustings on a monthly basis or as needed. Go ahead and like this video if you learned something new. Trimming your own hair can feel a little intimidating, but with the right approach, you can keep your ends fresh. The key is patience, precision, and knowing your hair's unique needs. Here's how to DIY your trims without that oops moment. So how to trim your hair. Step 1, prep your hair. Hair condition matters. For the most precise and even trim, it's best to work on clean, blow-dried, and flat-ironed hair if your hair can handle the heat safely. This helps you see your true length, ensuring an even cut. If you have curly hair and prefer to trim in its natural state, skip the heat and trim dry so you can see the shape. Step 2, gather the right tools. Use the right shears. No kitchen shears, paper scissors, or old craft scissors. Only sharp professional hair cutting shears will do. Regular scissors can cause frayed, uneven ends, leading to even more split ends. Grab some clips and a comb. Sectioning hair makes trimming easier as it allows for better control and precision during the hair cutting process, while a fine-tooth comb helps you get a smooth and even section before trimming. Step 3, focus on accuracy. Go slow. It's better to trim a little at a time rather than cutting too much too fast. Check in the mirror. Look from different angles to make sure everything is even. Work in small sections. Divide your hair into 4 to 6 sections or more if you have thicker hair. Working in smaller sections help you control the trim and avoid uneven results. Step 4, trim with intention. Start small, less is more. Begin by trimming a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch at a time. You can always take off more if needed, but you can't glue it back. Follow your natural shape. Straight or blown out hair, trim in a straight line for a clean, even look. Curly or coily hair, trim dry, curl by curl to maintain your natural shape and volume. Step 5, choose your cut style. Even versus a layered trim. If you want a blunt trim, which is the even length all around, Part your hair into 2 sections down the middle, comb straight down the back, and then over your shoulder, and then down your shoulder on each side, and cut across evenly. Ensure both sides are the same length. This works great for a sleek style. For the front of your hair, keep those same sections and trim lightly at a downward angle, connecting it to the back portion of your hair. If you prefer a layered look, hold sections at an angle and trim lightly to create a more natural shape. Trimming your hair at home can be a great way to keep your ends fresh, but a few small mistakes can turn a simple trim into a hair horror story. Here's what not to do so you can keep your ends healthy, even, and looking their best. Mistakes to avoid when trimming your hair so you don't regret it later. Waiting too long to trim. We get it. Life gets busy and sometimes hair trims take a back seat. But waiting too long between trims can lead to excessive split ends, breakage, and thinning. If your hair tangles more than usual, feels rough at the ends, or looks dull, that's your cue. It's time for a trim. Make sure you keep your maintenance schedule in mind. Think of a trim like an oil change for your car. Skipping it only leads to bigger problems down the road. Using dull scissors, a big no-no. Regular household scissors may seem harmless, but they actually do more harm than good when trimming hair. Dull blades crush and fray the hair instead of making a clean cut, leading to even more split ends and damage. Cutting off too much at once. We've all been there. One moment, you're just taking off a little length, and then the next, you're staring in the mirror and wondering, why did I do that? If you're unsure, follow the less is more rule and err on the side of caution. Your hair will thank you. Rushing the process. A rushed trim is an uneven trim. Cutting too quickly often leads to jagged, lopsided ends or accidentally cutting off more than you intended. You already know the basics of trimming, but these extra tips will take your hair care game to the next level. These little tweaks can help you get the best results, keep your ends healthier for longer, and make your trims way more effective. The bonus tip is hydrating before trimming. Dry, brittle hair and trimming, not a good combo. If your hair is feeling rough or dehydrated before trim, your ends may snap instead of cut cleaning, leading to more split ends down the road. For search and destroy, ensure your hair is hydrated before trimming with a leave-in conditioner or a light oil. Your actual trim should be done on freshly cleaned, dried, and styled hair every single time. Be sure not to overload with product, but make sure it's hydrated enough to move and not feel stiff or brittle. Make sure your hair is moisturized, styled, and dried before trimming for curly cuts also. Deep condition before your trim. Want your hair to feel extra soft, strong, and nourished before your trim? A deep conditioning treatment before trimming makes a huge difference because it leaves your hair strengthened, helps detangle and smooth strands before cutting, and leaves your hair feeling silky, bouncy, and refreshed. Use a deep conditioner like our Aquaholic 5-in-1 Moisture Conditioner if your hair feels dry, or go for our protein mask if your strands need a little extra strength. So now you've learned that trimming your hair is the catalyst to growth and length retention, and exactly how to do it at home. Now that you have all the details, go ahead and start considering the best type of trim for your hair so that you can nail down how to incorporate trimming into your growth journey. Watch this next video and comment below what you would like to see next. Thank you for watching. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.